بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon everyone. I hope that you are doing well at your home. So along with English literature lecture, I'm here and this is our 8th online class. So first of all, what you have to do, open your book, your page number 100, and the new lesson we are going to start, new unit we are going to start, and this is unit 6, being free. So when I say being free, what comes on your mind? What do you come to know? Being free. Yes, of course, we can we may talk about freedom. We may talk about freedom, liberty in this unit. So today we are going to read a speech which was a historical speech, and it was speechified by, as I have written the name, Martin Luther King Jr. Let's know about the background of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was an American Christian minister and he was an activist who became the most visible spokesman and the leader in the civil rights movement from 1955, which continued to 1960. In 1966 till 1966, it continued. He was famous for his speech "I have a dream," which we are going to read today. And this speech has a magic for the people whosoever was hearing it, and the speaker was speaker was a magician who did not take support of any violence to ask for his rights, to ask for the rights of African American people. It was totally a non-violent movement to achieve the legal rights of African American, and it was about to achieve the equality, while others means who the other people who were running campaigns and movements, they were they were running violent campaigns and movements, which according to them, that was their slogan, that we have to achieve our legal rights by any any necessary means. Any necessary mean was their slogan, means whatever they have to do, they will do to get their legal rights. But Martin Luther is actually famous for his achievements, that he led a non-violent movement in the history until he was assassinated. He was killed. Let let me tell you the background of this speech. The extract we are going to read today, it comes from the famous "I Have a Dream" speech made by the American civil rights leader Martin Luther King in Washington, USA in 1963. It is one of the most passionate and powerful speeches of the 20th century. Tragically, King was assassinated 5 years later in 1968. King was a great speaker. Pay attention to his use of persuasive language. Persuasive language, the language which is publicly made and which attracts public. And rhetorical devices. Rhetorical devices, the meaning or explanation is given on page number 101 in the section of glossary, rhetoric. Okay, rhetorical devices are meant the art of language which is publicly used to persuade, or to attract public. It is having different passionate and enthusiastic words to attract public. So this device, the term rhetorical device, is an art which is used by the speakers, by the people who are running any movement to attract the public. Such as the speech has repetition, like I have a dream is the beginning of each note which is having I have a dream. This is called repetition. Alliteration means same consonant letters are used in a sentence or in a text. And metaphor like an oasis of freedom and justice. Fine. These are the terms. Were used by him to make his speech more attractive and more fascinating. Fascinating, and definitely it was revolutionary. So he has he had four dreams when he was speechifying. He had four dreams which we are going to know. I'm reading for you. It's not too lengthy, so it's easy to sum up. Page number 100. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. Creed means belief, the principles which are made by people. We hold these truths to be self-evident. What does self-evident mean? To be obvious, to be certain, to be exact, to be true. That all men are created equal. According to him, his dream was that we are true at our way, and according it is the fact that all men are created equally, means no nation has any racial discrimination. All the nation and the nation people are created equally. So in this note, he arises or he expresses the rise of any nation. He tells about the equality of a nation. In note number 2, I have a dream. It is his second dream. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, red hills of Georgia, red hills, not, we are not talking about, this is definitely an specific significance of the of state Georgia, but red hills is a locality, okay, is a locality in the state which is specially used. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and sons of former slaves' owner will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. In this dream, he talks about he talks about he talks about the brotherhood of all nations. He was living in USA. So Georgia was the state of South America where Africans were not given their rights, where Africans were not given their rights, and especially if we talk about the African Americans, so they were made slaves and they were taken different work, but they were not given their rights. So Georgia was one of the states. So he wanted that the son of slaves and the son of the former slaves owner, they both must have a same rank. They have brotherhood if any problem occurs in the state or in the country. So they both should be they both should be included. Not only means on behalf of discrimination, only white Americans should be highlighted, and they should not be given importance. African Americans should have been given authority and importance like other nations, and they should be sitting together on the table of brotherhood or equality. His third dream was, I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi is another state of South America, which was like Mississippi and Georgia we have talked about. They both were like in both states, African Americans. It was populated with African Americans, and here that their rights were not given. So he highlighted these two states of South America. A state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. He talks about that his dream is that one day another state which is called Mississippi, which is sweltering means which is burning, which is warming out because of the heat of injustice. Means injustice means being unfair, that they are not given their rights. So that state will be transformed means will be changed into the state or into the place which is fertile, okay, which is peaceful. Here oasis, definitely if we talk about the oasis, so the direct meanings of oasis would be a fertile region, but here it will become lush means green, peaceful, and a happy living place for the African American, and it would have freedom and justice for the people or for the people of his nation. His fourth dream, according to extract, I have a dream that my four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. After full stop, there are three dots. They are called ellipses. Ellipses. What ellipses? Why ellipses are being dropped or put? Ellipses express that the sentence isn't done, or the saying or the words of the talk of the writer isn't completed. It is incomplete for the reader to think that what writer wanted to say or what writer wants to make him understand. All right. So he says that he has a dream that his four little children, now he is talking about the youth of his nation, that one day they will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the content, means by the qualities, they will not be judged by the color of their skin, means if they are not white or they are black, so they will not be judged by their skin color. There wouldn't be any racism, there wouldn't be racism. So, and there wouldn't be any racial discrimination, but they would be judged by their content of character. Content of character means their dignity, their honor, their hardworking, their struggle, their education, their intelligence. There are so many qualities which are found in the people. So they would be given their rights, and they will show definitely that they as a nation are good and strong. So their skin should not be judged by their skin, but by their content of the character. All right, their determination, and so many I have told you. This is our hope. These dreams were his hope and his faith, means his belief as well, that south, when he goes back to the south, so he would be having these dreams, or he would be having the hopes and faith. He would be having for hopes and faith according to the dream he has seen to his nation. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair. Hew out. This is hew out. What does hew out mean here? Hew out is a phrasal verb here, and it means to cut off, to trim, to carve in. Okay, to carve in, to trim, to cut off. So he was saying that we would be cutting off, we would be trimming we will be trimming the mountains of despair, hopelessness. Despair means hopelessness, and we will be changing into a stone of hope. That we will give that mountain a shape, and we will turn that mountain into a stone. That would be our hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform. Transform means to change the jangling discord of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. So first here, jangling discords. We understand meanings by separating two nouns. Okay, two words. Jangling. Jangling means here we will jangling is a kind of sound, okay, vibrating sound. But here we talk about, if we talk about jangling, so jangling means useless talks, useless agreements which produce no result. So he was saying, and discord means where we have the lack of harmony or agreement. So it was his faith that he will change, he will, whatever the lacking of disagreement, this lacking of harmony, unity in the agreement, he will change this into symphony of brotherhood. Symphony means harmony in music, harmony in work, harmony in living with different elements. Okay, which is which a nation is having along with it when it is living. So he says that he tells that I will change. It would be my faith that I will change. I will change all these useless agreements which are having like fights or any kind of what should I say, that disagreement. I will change into the harmony, into unity, and then unity of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. And he says that like this, standing standing together, standing in unity, we would be doing each and every work together, whether it is about struggle, whether it is about going to imprison, going to stand up for freedom, going to speak up about riots. But we know that we all are together and we will be free one day. All right. So if you want to search about Martin Luther King Jr., so you may Google it. You would be having a description, and you will come to know about the person, about the personality of him. So on page number 100, on the same page, this lesson does not have word meaning. So what you have to do, a few words I have written and many I have explained you. So unfamiliar words you have to write like you write word pool. Then section of comprehension. Question answers are given in the homework assignment according to that if they are selected. So you have to answer them. If you have been given the all, you have to write the answers of all. Read this, search it. You will get idea that how important freedom is, and you will come to know about the discrimination between nations. Especially in the history, we will come to know about racism between white and black people, especially about white and black Americans. Fine. So I hope that you have understood. Wrap up your literature work and get ready for language lecture.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, class. Once again, I'm here with English language lecture. So today we are going to talk about phrasal verbs. What are phrasal verbs? Just first listen to me. Hold pencils to write down the lecture on your rough notebooks or wherever you want. Okay, phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are the combination of two words. Two words are like if I say that a verb along with a verb, adverb, or both of them can be used along with phrasal verbs. So there we have three kinds of phrasal verb, or we may say that we can write phrasal verbs in a three different way. Find the verb, main verb along with verb, first kind, first example. Second phrasal verbs example is main verb with preposition, and the third one is main verb, adverb, and preposition. Three can be used altogether. Fine. Why do we use phrasal verb? When you Google that, it will tell you that there are 10,000 phrasal verbs are present in the dictionaries, in different dictionaries, but they all cannot be memorized. So better is to understand or to memorize those which are important in daily conversation and which are important according to the educational point of view. We needn't to mug up or frame all that. Fine. Phrasal verbs are actually the term or the word which really does not sound the same as their say does not sound the same meaning they are having. If I say you that break, you know that break means split, away means to be away. But when we join two words together, so they will give you the different meanings from their literal meanings. Okay, so they sound differently when we use them into sentences. Let's come on. Cave in, we know that what is caved in. Fine. A tunnel. In, we know that what is in. So here, cave in means accept someone's idea or decision. Alright? It is not that cave in to come inside or to come inside the tunnel or den. No. Exemplary sentences here. The employees finally cave in. Finally cave in. Cave in means finally accept the idea or the decision and accepted the new contract. Alright. Number two, bag out. Bag out does not mean like we are having a bag or put something out of your bag. No. Okay. Here the bag out means criticize. Okay, to be ridiculous. Okay. I have written two examples here. She bags them out. I'm talking about people. Fine, a pronoun I have used here. Don't bag out Australian English. I have directly used an object here. Number third is break away. Leave suddenly. Break away means leave suddenly or to become separated. So you must have an idea that in which sense or in which meaning I have written this sentence on the board. A part of rock broke away from the cliff. So if I say that a part of rock left suddenly from the cliff, no, it would be wrong. If I say that a part of rock became separated from the cliff, now it is correct, giving a correct sense in the sentence. So a single phrasal verb can have more than one meaning. All right, more than one meaning. So there a question, there a question arises, and the question is that how would we distinguish between uh, between whether we are using a verb with adverb or a verb with preposition. It's difficult, but in a few sentences we can have a difference, as I am going to tell you. Come on, sentence number 2. Don't beg. She begs them out. There is a pronoun. There is a pronoun. When you have an adverb, all right, when you have an adverb, so a pronoun always comes between verb and adverb. So it is verb with adverb. Okay, if it is a preposition, so this is a significance. This is a significance for the word for preposition, that after preposition we will be having object. Object is necessary when we are putting preposition here. Let's come on the same example, but sentence number 2. Don't beg out Australian English. So here beg out is beg out, and then we have an object. Okay, and together we have used this word. So out is preposition here. Okay, and this out is adverb here. Verb plus preposition. If we have a noun or pronoun, the pronoun after the verb, so we can have preposition, like I have told you. If in place of this, after this place we have object. All right, we have object, so we came to know that this is verb plus preposition combination, like this is prepositional verb, because we are having object. But here in this sentence we are not having any object. We are not having any object after adverb, and most importantly the pronoun is coming between verb and adverb. So this is a slight difference between prepositional verb and adverbial verb. Second thing, come into this sentence. Come to the sentence number 3. Break away. So here broke away. Fine. Broke away, and here it is from. So broke is verb, away is adverb, and this is preposition. It is quite clear, like broke away. Okay, modifying the action, and from preposition. Fine, telling the position. All right, is it clear? So this is not too difficult when you would be understanding them. And one more important thing, I have written from my side a few phrasal verbs on the board. You have been given in your homework assignment. So you may copy down mine as well, and you have to write English meanings, and you have to make sentences. No Urdu meaning, as you know that we do not use Urdu meanings. English meaning you have to use, and you have to make sentences. Okay, one more important thing. Are you done with that? I have to explain you one point as well. I'm raising the board. Okay. In the sixth class, we were talking about the participles as adjectives. Yes. I'm writing a few examples here. Participles as adjectives. Here a sentence. He was excited. Because the match was interesting. All right. The day was sweltering. Number third, I am surprised. Okay, look at here on the sentences. Here we are using sentences, participles. Here we are using participles as adjective in the sentences. Participles means you would be having two participles, past participle and present participle, which is ing form, and past participle is third form of the verb. All right. So here he was excited. Excited is past participle verb which is being used as adjective in the sentence. Because the match was interesting. Interesting is present participle form. This is a present participle verb, but here in the sentence it is being used as adjective. Alright? The day was sweltering. Here sweltering is an adjective. Alright? Like hot, burning. Fine. I am surprised. Present participle as adjective we are using, and here we are using past participle form as an adjective. As gerund topic was clearer, that I wrote a sentence. I had given you examples of the gerund. Reading a paragraph daily will improve your pronunciation. Okay, here reading is gerund, means it is being used here as a noun. Alright, I am good at speaking. According to you, it would be a verb, but it is not a verb. It is gerund. It is a noun. Alright. I love watching movies. Watching is not watching is not a verb here. It is being treated as gerund. Was that clear? They both are they both comes from the participle, but they function differently. Fine. Verb as participle and verb as gerund. Verb which are participles as adjective, and verb as gerund. Verb as adjective and verb as gerund. All right. I think I have sum up that there couldn't be. I was thinking that you need to understand more examples. So I have put a few examples on the board. I hope that you would have understood both of the lectures clearly. Keep practicing. Keep making sentences. Not only on copy and doing a fair work. You may practice on your rough notebooks. We will meet inshallah in the next class. And till then, you have to take care of yourself. Stay blessed.